1A and 1B. Then 1A is further subdivided in A1 and A2. Similarly, B is further subdivided in B1 and B2. This 1A and 1B staging of cancer cervix is dependent on depth of invasion of this dysplastic tissue or malignant tissue. How much is the depth of invasion outside basement membrane? So 1A1, if depth of invasion is 0 to 3 mm, 0 to 3. 1A2, it's more than 3 mm but less than 5 mm. 1B1, it's 5 mm or more than 5 mm but less than 2 centimeter. 1B2, 2 centimeter or more than 2 centimeter but less than 4 centimeter. 1B3, 4 centimeter or more than 4 centimeter. What these dimensions are? They are depth of invasion outside the basement membrane. So this is about stage 1. Stage 2A, when upper two-thirds of vagina involved, 2A. 2A is further divided in 2A1 and 2A2. 2A1 size is less than 4 centimeter. 2A2 either 4 centimeter or more than 4 centimeter. Stage 2B, along with involvement of upper two-thirds of vagina, there is extension to parametrium. 3A, lower one-third of vagina involved. 3B, lower one-third of vagina plus extension to pelvic wall. 3C is further subdivided in C1 and C2. C1, pelvic lymph nodes are involved. C2, para-aortic lymph nodes are involved. 4A, regional metastasis, extension anteriorly or posteriorly. Anteriorly to urinary bladder or posteriorly to rectum. 4B, distant metastasis. Distance means away from pelvic. Two important MCQ here. A patient with cancer cervix presents with hydronephrosis. What is the earliest stage? Earliest stage is 3B, because when there is extension to pelvic wall, ureters will come in between, they will be involved, they will be blocked, leading to back pressure resulting in hydronephrosis. This is why most common cause of death in cancer cervix is renal failure. So if a patient presents to you with uremia, cancer cervix with uremia, what does it indicate? It indicates terminal stages of cancer cervix. Second important MCQ here is, if a patient presents with cancer cervix and inguinal lymphadenopathy, what is the stage? Inguinal lymphadenopathy 4B, 3C1 pelvic lymph node, 3C2 para-aortic lymph node. Inguinal lymph nodes will be considered in distant metastasis. So inguinal lymphadenopathy cancer cervix 4B. Hydronephrosis cancer cervix, what is the earliest stage? 3B. What is the most common route of spread in cancer cervix? Lymphatic spread. What is the sentinel lymph node in cancer cervix? It's paracervical. If it is not given in option, second best answer is ureteric lymph node. Another MCQ, most common lymph node involved in cancer cervix, obturator lymph node. Most common symptom of cancer cervix, irregular bleeding PV. Earliest symptom or most specific symptom of cancer cervix is post-coital bleeding. How to manage this cancer cervix? Let's start with CIN. CIN1, usually it regresses within 2 years. If it doesn't regress and remain as CIN1 only, answer is cryotherapy. Treatment for CIN2 and CIN3. Howsoever, whatsoever, examiner may try to confuse you. Treatment for CIN2 and CIN3 is not hysterectomy. It is LEEP, which is also called as LLETZ. LOOP is loop electrosurgical excision procedure. LEEP, LEEP, loop electrosurgical excision procedure or large loop excision of transformation zone. If it is recurrent CIN, if examiner asks treatment for recurrent CIN, then hysterectomy. Then after these CINs, carcinoma cervix stage 1. If it is cancer cervix 1A1, 1A1 in young conization, 1A1 in adult, total abdominal hysterectomy, which is also called type 1 hysterectomy, which is also called simple hysterectomy. 1A2 in young, radical trachelectomy, means removal of cervix and then we are stitching uterus and vagina together. The concept in management of cancer cervix is, If size is less than 2 centimeter, radical trachelectomy can be done. Means we can take out the cervix and we can stitch uterus and vagina together so she can go for future childbearing. Another concept in management of cancer cervix is any surgery for cancer cervix can be done if size of tumor is less than 4 centimeter. Any surgery can be done if size is less than 4 centimeter, and radical trachelectomy can be done if size is less than 2 centimeter. So my dear friends, 1A2 definitely it is less than 2 centimeter. 1A2 if she is young, we can save her uterus and we can go for radical trachelectomy. If she is adult means multiparous, she doesn't want any children, then we can go for Vardyne hysterectomy. Then 1B1, again 1B1 is less than 2 centimeter and our concept clearly dictates that we can go for radical trachelectomy. So again 1B1 if she is young, radical trachelectomy. But if she is adult or multiparous, then radical hysterectomy. 1B2, 2 centimeter or more than 2 centimeter. My loving student, here we cannot do radical trachelectomy, but our concept clearly says we can go for surgery. But which surgery? Not radical trachelectomy. So if it is 1B2, whether she is a nulliparous or she is a multiparous, the only surgery recommended is radical hysterectomy. Then come 1B3. What is this 1B3? 4 centimeter or more than 4 centimeter. So 1B3, no surgery can be done. Very important MCQ zone for NEET PG although, but can be asked from us also. 1B3, chemoradiation. No surgery can be done. Again, the second googly ball after 1B3 is 2A. In 2A, A1, A2. 2A1 if size is less than 4 centimeter. So surgery can be done. The trick here, the MCQ zone here is in 1B3 only chemoradiation, but in 2A1 surgery can be done. So 2A1 radical hysterectomy, 1B3 chemoradiation, 1B3 chemoradiation, 1B3 chemoradiation, 2A1 radical hysterectomy, 2A1 radical hysterectomy, 2A2 onwards, 2A2 onwards only chemo radiation. Most common cause of death in cancer cervix is renal failure. If renal failure is not given in option, second best answer would be hemorrhage.